Travis Noah. You just couldn't bow out gracefully, could ya? I know it's gotta be difficult going from having a nightly platform where dozens of lonely dudes are waiting with anticipation for your woke mating call to now having no platform and having to pick up random dates on Grindr. Travis, if you're feeling lonely, I am sure your contacts at Grindr can hook you up with Sarah Spain. The Super Bowl's coming up. Every year, Sarah Spain auctions herself off to one lonely birthing person, giving them the opportunity that no other man wants. Whining and dining her, taking her to the Super Bowl. I strongly recommend not bringing roses or any type of flowers on the date. My sources tell me Sarah Spain prefers the woke oak tree. It's been about 4, maybe 5 weeks since Travis bid farewell to the lonely men who watched him completely destroy The Daily Show. For people that are addicted to attention, the withdrawal symptoms start setting in within 72 hours of their last fix. 4 or 5 weeks into it, they're in full-blown withdrawal. Travis spent the holidays in pain and agony, expressing his emotions to his emotional support shovel. Oh, Francis, only 443,000 people watched my final episode. The media barely covered it. My name has not been mentioned in over 5 weeks. Please, please, help me devise a strategy to regain attention and ease this painful withdrawal. For Christmas, Francis, his emotional support shovel, gifted Travis the magic woke 8-ball. Now, initially, Travis was confused. He thought the ball was intended to be inserted into his rectum, but Francis calmly explained its use. The 8-ball provides shitfucks with ideas to further their cause. Sometimes it might land on mythical misogyny. Other times it might land on critical race theory or Tran Fran the All-American Man. Christmas morning, though, Travis gave the ball a nice rub and tug. He waited with anticipation as the results were tabulating. The magic woke 8-ball came back with a suggestion. Listen, my son or daughter, in order to gain the attention you so desperately crave, you need to create a story about mythical racism. Travis was overcome with excitement. Mythical racism, one of his areas of expertise. Back in October, Rishi Sunak, I hope I'm pronouncing that name correctly, he was selected as the new Prime Minister of England. Now, to be transparent, I am vastly unfamiliar with British politics. From what I read this morning, elections are held every 5 years. However, since Boris Johnson stepped down over the summer, the monarchs selected Rishi Sunak as his replacement since he's the leader of the Conservative Party in England. I might be getting some of the details wrong, but that's how I understood the process when I was reading about it this morning. Sunak is the first minority prime minister in what Time magazine calls the modern era. To shitfucks like Travis Noah, this should be a good thing, right? This should be a sign of progress. These people, they will burn buildings in the name of minority representation. They walk around with woke boners anytime they hear the term person of color, which, by the way, I've never understood that term. Since when has white not been considered a color? Seems to me the term people of color represents every person on the planet. But what the hell do I know? I'm not a shitfuck. Anyway, you would think the appointment of Rishi Sunak would be cause for celebration for someone like Travis Noah. You would think he would host a gigantic butt bongo extravaganza on The Daily Show. If so, you would think wrong. Travis was feeling emotional about the appointment of Rishi Sunak, but these were not positive emotions. You see, Travis wanted you to know he was real mad. Ooh, I'm bitter. What was the cause of this bitterness? Mythical racism. Emphasis on mythical. Just like Jamel Hill did with her fictional autobiography, Travis created this fairy tale story about all this backlash Rishi Sunak was receiving in Great Britain. These evil white Brits are protesting his appointment because of his brown skin. Why can't they be open-minded? Brown is my favorite color. I just love when Francis pounds my brown cake. Travis went on a 3-minute diatribe explaining to the dozens of people watching the mythical racism that was happening in England. Now, I condensed it down to the best bullshit, but keep in mind, this all is 100% fiction. It's fabricated. He literally made this shit up. Watch for yourself.
And then seeing the backlash is one of the more telling, it's just one of the more telling things about how people view the role that they or their people have played in history. And what I mean by that is this. You hear a lot of the people saying, oh, they're taking over. You know, now the Indians are going to take over Great Britain, and what's next, and what? And I always find myself going, so what? No, but stick with me here. So what? What are you afraid of? Right, all of them. You see people in the UK, you see people like Tucker Carlson all the time saying, you know what they're trying to do? They won't stop until black people and women are in positions of power. So what? No, and I don't say that as like oh, yes, let's do that. Or not. I'm saying, so why are you so afraid? And I think it's because the quiet part that a lot of people don't realize they're saying is, we don't want these people who were previously oppressed to get into power, because then they may do to us what we did to them.
After this aired back in October, damn near every media outlet in England and politicians in England absolutely destroyed Trevor Noah. Now you got to remember, just like here in America, most media outlets in England think Rachel Levine is a beautiful woman. Even The Guardian, who could be considered the wokest of the woke in the UK. Hell, just look at their name. Guardian. My sources tell me they were once named The Indian but changed to The Guardian so they wouldn't offend the 15 Native Americans who migrated to England. But even The Guardian shit all over Trevor Noah. They accused him of projecting American cultural context onto the people of England, which is exactly what he was doing since, none of this bullshit was true. Now, that does not mean there may not have been some mild backlash to the appointment of Rishi Sunak. I'm sure there were some people in England that didn't agree with it for one reason or another. Could have been a racial component, could have been political, it could have been they just don't like the guy. But Travis, he was trying to make it seem like it was some kind of epidemic going on in Great Britain. This deep-seated systemic problem rooted in mythical racism. Well, guess what, Travis? There was severe backlash when Joe Biden was elected here in America. Does that mean America is racist against white people? Does it mean this country is full of ageist who don't like to see an old man in power? No. It means this country is filled with people who don't like incompetence. Travis Noah crafted this fairy tale back in October, 3 months ago. So why are we talking about it today? Remember, this dude's addicted to attention. He will do anything to keep his name in the mainstream. Travis was being interviewed by the Times of London. Why? Hell if I know. It's not like he has anything to promote. He doesn't have to promote The Daily Show anymore. He quit. Well, Casey, he didn't quit. He simply moved on to the next chapter. Oh, yeah. What chapter is that? Unemployment? This dude took the easy way out. It can be difficult to walk away when you're on top. Jon Stewart, for example. Jon Stewart walking away from The Daily Show, that was moving on to the next chapter. He was drawing a massive audience. He walked away on top. Travis, he could not attract a vampire to fresh blood. If his goal was losing 75% of the audience, completely tanking The Daily Show franchise, then I guess you could say he walked out on top, moved on to the next chapter. I could not find any reason why Travis Noah would be interviewed by the Times of London. But KC, he's going on tour next week. He's promoting his tour. Yeah, in Atlanta. I checked his tour dates. He doesn't have one show in Europe. I also, out of pure curiosity, checked his ticket sales. The show in Atlanta is next Friday. I figured with a popular woke comedian like Travis Noah, tickets would be sold out in minutes. Imagine my surprise when I found hundreds of tickets available in the front rows. During the interview with the Times of London, Travis quickly shifted the narrative to the rampant mythical racism plaguing England. The UK wishes to believe it's living in some post-racial utopia. The war against mythical racism, it will never end. The Brits are living in fear that the Guardians are taking over their country. I read countless articles this morning. Not one time did I see someone afraid that the Indians were taking over. Hidden amongst all the lies and propaganda was a small nugget of truth. Travis claimed that his comments about the supposed backlash were taken out of context. Now, you just saw the clip. How could any of that be taken out of context? Luckily for us, Travis provided an explanation. I actually believe him. He claimed, I'm being taken out of context because thousands of people criticizing me did not watch The Daily Show. Yeah, no shit. No one was watching The Daily Show. You were dead last in late night television. Comedy Central, they would have been better off airing reruns of Alf. I find the pretend alien a hell of a lot more entertaining than the real alien. Travis, he tried to save face and walk back some of his fairy tale. He said, I was not saying the entire country of England was racist. What I really meant to say was, there's always small groups of racists. It is important to eliminate all mythical racism. These people don't want to see the oppressed in power because they're afraid we will do to them what they have been doing to us. What? We hear all the time about the oppressed. Just earlier this week, we talked about Andre the Giant, who's now calling himself Lizzo. Lizzo's always talking about the oppressed. But these people, they never explain who is oppressed. How can we be afraid of someone who doesn't exist? And what did the evil white man do to the non-existent oppressed? They never explain that either. But give me your thoughts. Travis Noah doubles down on his comments about England being plagued by mythical racism. His tour is coming to a city near you, 28 dates across the United States this year. He'll be in New Orleans in May at the Sanger. How many of you are interested in a boring night of woke comedy? Count me out. I'll be at the Smoothie King Center watching my Pels in the playoffs, hopefully, if they can get healthy. But give me your thoughts on Travis creating a story, an outright lie, of mythical racism in England. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, kc_btl84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys tomorrow.